video, we are going to look how basically you can look for housing in Aarhus municipality, which is in Denmark. So these housing portals might be very relevant for a person who is coming to do a PhD or a postdoc in Aarhus municipality, but it might be very useful for a person who is coming to Denmark overall, because you will be more or less seeing the similar portals for your municipality or communa, or you can say basically city. So we'll look for some portals that are specifically designed for Aarhus municipality, but we'll also see some portals that are common to overall Denmark. So let's start. Okay, so so we'll start with the Aarhus University itself, the portal that Aarhus University provides. So there are three kinds of portals for the regular students, for the PhD students, and for postdoc. As you have been already seeing in my previous videos, for PhD and postdoc, they only allow student, or not even postdoc. For PhD students, they only allow 1 year to stay in their international center dormitory, and then you have to look for third-party housing. So let's start with PhD students, how they can look for housing. So there are two options: housing for a few days and housing for longer stays. Of course, I think, or I assume, you would be a full-time regular PhD student here. So even if you are applying for more than 1 month, then it's better to go with dormitory and apartments basically. Then if you can choose either of it based on your status, and you'll see different options. So let's say we see housing for one person right now. So there are four different options. One is apply through AU. So this is like dormitory and AU specific apartments. Then apply for apartment and student housing, social housing associations, the private market, and dorms and residence. So let's start with this dorms and residencies. So this is the one that usually people get. There are three kinds of dormitories for PhD students. One is International Center Dormitory, then other is Technolog Collective, and Vanillist Collective. However, IC dormitory is the one that does not allow you to stay for more than 1 year, but these you can stay longer in these basically in these collectives or dormitories. The good thing about dormitories is they only charge around 4,000 krona or 5,000 krona per month. However, you will not find similar rates in private market. Okay, if we go with the IC dormitory right now, then they have their uh, whole details which you can see. So they have a single room apartment, double room, then shared kitchen for single and double rooms, and one bedroom apartment. So even if basically you are going to stay for a short period or a long period, I think it's wise to go with single rooms because they have their own washroom, as you can see. But along with the washroom, you also have a common kitchen. So common kitchen is something that basically shared by 10 people approximately. So this is how it looks like. And for the double room, for which you have to pay rent for two people, this is how it looks like. And again, you have to share kitchen here as well. And even for the one bedroom apartment, more or less, though they have this, but they can also share kitchen, I believe. However, this is something which is suitable if you're looking for extra space. But if you are single and you don't want to spend too much for a short period, then it might be a good choice. But another thing that you should remember is that they might charge you exit fees. So if you are moving out from your IC dormitory, then they may ask you to clean rigorously. Otherwise, they would charge based on your cleaning inspection. So this is how it looks like for IC dormitory. Then we have a Technolog collective. This is where this is in LMXY. LMXY is little far from International Center Dormitory, but as you can see, Aarhus is not that big. But when it comes to the city, it's like most of the city infrastructure is commutable, and even if you live in LMXY, it's 30-minute walk to IC dormitory. The reason why I am giving you a landmark of IC dormitory is because most of the schools, for example, Aarhus BSS, then basically business studies, then genome science, geoscience, dentistry, they all are located in that area. So this is how you can basically evaluate whether you want to live at LMXY or somewhere else. I think if you are very new, then it's better to go to IC dormitory, and from there you can commute to various places very easily. These are better rooms. They have better kitchen, and the rooms are small, but they have big kitchen and more facilities in the kitchen. I have been in this technology or Technolog collective, but yeah, the space they provide in refrigerator is little low or little small, but it's same in all the dormitories. So it's up to you basically. If you are spending not or spending short time, then it makes sense for 3 months or even 6 months you can stay in these dorms. However, you might want to basically look for other options. For example, social housing associations. We'll come to these portals basically. So they suggest you social housing organizations as Aarhus Bollig. Aarhus Bollig is something like this. We'll see how it looks like, but for now, I think what we can see is the private market. And here they have like so many options. But along with that, it's better to go for AU staff housing portal, and this is where I also found my apartment. So what they do, or I can quickly explain how this works like. So what you can do as soon as you have received the offer, or let's say as soon as you have arrived to Denmark, you can what you can do is you can register yourself here. So the portal looks like this, and this is the portal. This is how it looks like, and you basically click this thing, seek housing form, and once you have clicked this, they'll ask you to submit a form, and this form will basically will be advertised to all the Aarhus to the people who all are basically giving their apartment for rent in Aarhus. So this form is basically is being advertised to all the people who have registered for this thing, so who have basically advertised their housing, and then they will start reaching you via email as soon as you fill this form. I think in 1 or 2 weeks itself you will start receiving emails, and then basically you can select what do you like based on those offers that are being made. All the offers are being made on your personal email ID, so remember to like provide the email ID which you have access to, and the phone number as well. So I got 2 offers because I applied in October, and in November itself I received the offer, and in December 2025 I started living to the new apartment. However, it's better to start looking into the same period, because so most of the people who arrive start their semester in January. So it's better if you can get your apartment before January, because the prices might go very high in January or during September when they start their semester, right? So January is 1 month when they start their semester, and the semester is spring, and the autumn semester when they start is September, and that time also there's too much rush from of the people coming to Aarhus. So that time also they might increase the prices, but it's my opinion, but it's completely on your basis when you want to find an apartment or like that, because let's say there are too many advertisements that are floated around, and most of the good options will be consumed in January itself, right? So if you start looking in February, March, then it might be possible that you might not find the one that you are expecting, or the low rent, I would say low rent apartments, low rent but high quality, right? Those kind of apartments you should look rather in between the year rather than starting of the semesters, because basically and also not immediately after the starting of the semester. So right time to look for apartment in Aarhus via the seeking accommodation form is basically middle of the semester, I would say, or by the end of the semester. So this is a very useful tool. I really suggest if you're looking for housing, go with this way. This thing even you can look before coming to Denmark. Like let's say if you are in India or somewhere else, you can fill this form and then immediately you will start receiving offers. Had it been I was knowing about this thing before, I would have definitely filled this form before coming to Denmark, and you get very nice options in fact, and good accommodation compared with the dormitories, because you have your own kitchen, you have your own bathroom, and you have a good space as well, and rent is relatively high, but you get to stay within basically within the residence area, right? So this is how it looks like. Then we have so yeah, I forgot to tell you, once you fill this form, they will provide you a email ID and password, or username and password, and the same username and password you can use to log in here. And this will be basically this will lead you to a portal where you can see the housing advertised. Basically, not many people don't advertise on this portal, but they keep track of people who are registering this form, because they still receive email via AU staff housing portal. So even if you're not seeing anything after logging into the portal, it's fine, because you are going to receive too many emails after that anyways. Okay, so this is about AU staff housing portal. Then there are basically different, I would say, society or collectives, third party collectives, or I can say not many people living together basically. So these are yeah, again, you will get furnished apartments here basically. Most of the AU staff housing portal or AU partnered housing portals are mostly furnished, as I got my apartment also furnished basically. And furnished apartments includes everything, basically everything from dishwasher to your washing machine, everything, even the vacuum cleaner as well, the bed and wardrobe, etc, etc. Then there are apartments like Unity Aarhus, Basecamp Aarhus, and etc, etc. So Unity Aarhus is something that I would say is for the people who like to live in bustling area or bustling locality where too many people are staying together in a building, and basically celebrating some festivals maybe, or meeting in the common room. And they also provide gym facility with your rent. But Unity Aarhus has its own drawbacks. For example, my friends are living in for some of my friends are living in Unity Aarhus, and they basically uh, have a little complaint, or I would say little concern, that every now and then they start getting fire alarm, or police is visiting, or fire alarm is getting on, etc., etc. So it's completely up to you. I have an experience living in such a society as well from my Norway experience, and I can say this is also like nice, because you get to meet a lot of people, and if you are basically coming from or coming with a family, then it might be a good option as well, because you might be able to find someone from your home country, or maybe something friendly to basically gather and spend days together basically. So this can be one option for the people who like to socialize a lot, I would say. But again, I mean, this has its drawbacks as well, but it's worth looking, because the prices are also prices are cheap, or I would say not cheap, because nothing is cheap in Denmark, but prices are relatively low when you book it very early. But again, if you're booking in a peak time, then it might be very expensive as well for the same apartment sometimes. But the problem is, Unity also charges too much of deposit. But compared with the AU staff housing portal offers, the offers that you get in the private market, they are little relaxed, and they don't charge too much of deposit. So it's a choice you have to do. You can look for AU staff housing portal altogether with the Unity Aarhus and the Bullock portal, because this is also a good basically this is also a good option where you can find good houses, or basically furnished apartments with the contact information of the owner. So if you visit this bullockportal.dk/English, this is how you can enter or land the English website, and then you can start searching for your locality. For example, if you are, let's say, I'm living in Odrup Y, but it's not coming. But let's say I search for Aarhus, and then you can basically you can see how the options are, right? So this is how they share different options. But again, you have to bear the trade-off. For example, the places that are far, or I would say too far, have a relatively low rent, but they also are not furnished. But the places that are nearby or near the Aarhus C center, they are a little expensive, but they are mostly furnished. So it's your decision to make. My personal suggestion is, you start living in Aarhus C first. Then once you have gotten familiar with the city and transport and everything, then you can probably shift to some other place. But again, it's completely your choice. You can visit this website and select what are your requirements basically. The good localities that I found are Aarhus C, then Aarhus C, Riskov, and Aarhus N. These are very nice, basically. So you can find nice apartments in these areas. Aarhus C is relatively expensive because, yeah, it's center, right? So it gets expensive in Aarhus C for sure. But yeah, you can have look into the options that are there, and it's always wise to basically have a demo visit, or basically a visit that you make before finalizing the contract, because as soon as you basically sign the contract, you are liable for lot many things, and you have to pay and all that stuff. However, if you are not in Denmark, and you want someone to visit this place to get verified, you can always request my email ID. I can go on behalf of you and verify the address as well as the housing, but you have to keep me in the loop with the landlord as well. So this is what I could help you, or I can help you if you want, but you have to email both the parties, okay, me as well as your owner. Okay, coming back to the options, Aarhus Bollig is another option that you could look for. This is Aarhus Bollig. So we have seen staff housing, we have seen the international center dormitory housing, or the dormitories one-person housing, in the AU staff housing, or basically AU housing. So if you see, there's one another thing. For example, for PhD students who are coming, who are staying longer, and who have couples and families, they have very limited options when it comes to the dorms, because only IC dorm allows you for some time to stay with your partner. So that's the thing. Like, if you're coming with your partner, then maybe living in a IC dorm is not a good option. Rather, you have to look for AU staff housing portal or the private market. So this is what I would suggest. If you are coming with your partner, immediately register in this portal, and basically get yourself signed up and start looking for housing. So let me summarize how it looks like. If you're alone, then you don't need to worry. You have private market as an option. Private market includes the basically this stuff, AU staff housing, of course. Then you have Bullock portal or Unity housing, Bullock portal or Unity housing. Okay. Then there's social housing organizations which you can look for. You can register yourself on Host Bullock, which is again another corporation. So you have to basically stay in queue and find out a good option. Basically, they also have 6,000 krona charge, but it's completely up to you if you are looking for such an option. But if you are with your partner, then all the options stays same, but you cannot stay in the dormitory like international center dormitory, or you can still stay in international center dormitory for a few months or few weeks, but the vanillist collective and the technology collective are then not for you, because those are like single room dormitories. Like you have a small room there, and then you have a shared kitchen basically. So this is all about the video is very long, but I hope it's very useful, and maybe office bullying is something that you can explore on your own later. But remember, they have a queue with them, so it might take a time, or it basically time taking. If you say that you're a PhD student or a postdoc, then you might get a higher ranking in this wait list, but again, it takes time. So if you are coming to Aarhus, then the best option could be you immediately look for the IC dormitory, and once you are in the IC dormitory, you can always go to any place. For example, you can go to the private market, you can go to Vanillist Collective, you can go to Technology Collective, but IC dormitory opens a lot of doors for you, because immediately after coming here, you might not know, or basically staying in your home country and coming to Denmark, you might not be aware of too many options already. So either if you are a single person, you can stay in IC dormitory for 1 year and then look for the housing later after coming here. But if you are a married person, or you are coming with your partner, then maybe it's nice to look for IC dormitory for shorter stay. But if you are gonna stay longer, then it's better to go for the AU staff housing. Thank you.